Welcome, everyone, to Corcoran's Corner. This week, we are talking about our Educational Support Services program. So we refer to it as ESS. So you might see that on things or hear about that on things. And it really is a very large program. Let's talk about it. And Mr. Dahlquist here is our director of our ESS program, the director of our Educational Support Services program. So thank you for joining me today, Mr. Dahlquist.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Absolutely.
So Mr. Dahlquist has joined. He joined us towards the end of last year, in the spring of last year, and it's been such a great thing to have you here.
I appreciate that.
All of your experience that you brought to staff, but I think especially just your attitude and your love for education. It's been great having you here.
Thank you. It's been fabulous to be here. I love being at St. Thomas. It's been a true blessing for me to be part of this team and this family. Everybody's been so welcoming and very supportive as we travel this journey through our ESS program.
So ESS really, I mean, we've got you as our full-time director. We got Ms. Codier at 80%, and then we have about 6, 7 other helpers that are, that we really call educational support service teachers who are throughout the building helping students. And can you talk a little bit about how we've kind of tried to look at how we delegate their time differently rather than just pulling out kids or assigning ESS staff one-on-one?
Yeah, it's a great question. Part of the thoughts are to reach as many kids as possible with the needs that are out there. So we've taken the staff and we've lots of conversation with them about being connected to certain teachers or certain groups of teachers, whether it's first and second grade, then the third and fourth and fifth grade to middle school. So we've divided the staff up amongst the grades and teachers so we could meet the needs by pushing into the classrooms to helping with homework and assignments and projects, and sometimes pulling out as well to work on some remediation of certain things through reading or math or even test taking kind of things to support the kids that way.
And yeah, I've seen that work really well this year because we have a ESS person dedicated to a whole grade band, and we're not just there's a lot of students that can use extra support. I think probably almost every student in our building is going to need extra support in one way or another at some time in their career at St. Thomas. And our philosophy is to look at every student and help them become excellent. And I think our ESS program is probably our biggest program that allows us to do that, to look at every student and help them become excellent.
Yeah, I think that's, it takes a village, as we know, right? So it's how many people can we get our hands on the kids academically, social, emotional, all the things that sort of support them in their journey here to get them to where they can be the best they can be for who they are, not just what we think is a school, but also to get them moving forward to beyond St. Thomas is what our goals are too.
And I know you've worked with a lot of different teams in the past, in your experience as an educator. And I do love hearing you talk about your ESS team. Can you tell us a little bit about your team?
About the team here you're talking about?
Yeah, the ESS team here. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, they are experienced, dedicated, hardworking. They know kids. They will do anything for your child, students, any child in this building, and the adults. It's a mix between working with kids, but also working with the staff, teaching staff and all staff involved. But they are second to none. I couldn't be more blessed to have a group who jumps in and is really welcomed me, but taking on some new challenges, new directions. Their input and feedback, because they've been here a lot longer than I have, has been really great to see and be part of the team, feel like we're all in this together to help children.
I think one misconception that people have, like, we are an inclusive school, so we have students of all abilities, but I think some people associate educational support services with that they just work with our students with disabilities. And that's not true.
No, not at all. We're here to help all kids. We have branched out to, if we're going to read a test or do a project, 1 or 2 kids who may need it. There are other kids out there who will need that support, whether they see us or not. We're welcoming to all the kids to help them, again, be the best they can be and to, help give them that little nudge or that push to get them to where they feel success and feeling like they're accomplishing their goals as well.
Yeah, and I think now we're starting to see more and more people become aware of services like occupational therapy or speech therapy or physical therapy or whatever kind of additional therapies that have been going on. It's great to have you on staff because you help manage that. You manage that with GRPS too. We have GRPS coming in providing services for some of our students to help with.
Sorry to cut you off.
That's okay. Yeah, help with all those kinds of those kinds of things.
In the past, my public school experience has worked in that realm as well. So I've had a good connection where it's not something I really needed to start from scratch. I've got a good basis of what IEPs look like and non-public school supports through speech, occupational therapy, physical therapy, social work, etc. So we can make those connections as well. They're a great group of people, are very supportive and very open and welcoming as well to support our kids in that realm as well.
And I think another kind of like maybe a culture shift that we're seeing happen right now is a positive thing is I think it's kind of easy to look at things in a dichotomy of like you have the kids who are excelling and the kids who are falling behind. But we know as educators, it's not that black and white, right? We have students who are excellent in one subject but struggling in another subject. They're pushing ahead. So educational support services can come in and to help really on students who are excelling ahead, students who need some help getting caught up, right, to get up to grade level. And so that's why I've been talking about this kind of enrichment, looking at it as enrichment of there's all these opportunities at St. Thomas for students to make sure that the learning is kind of tailor fit to them.
Yeah, no, I think you've done a great job of looking at the whole educational support of all the kids and not compartmentalizing it like we've done in the past. And really, it's an umbrella to cover every child who walks through the door here, and working with families and parents to say, okay, where's my child? They're really good at math, so let's sort of push that enrichment. But hey, maybe we need some help in reading or writing. We've got supports there. So anything we can do on the spectrum to meet the needs of the child, it's really developing here, and you're doing a really good job as a team leading that to get us to where we need to be for the kids.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
And I know I'm a bit biased as a principal, but even to stand back as a parent and as an educator and look at the work that's being done here, it's really exciting. It's really exciting work that's being done.
I would agree with that. I mean, coming to the Catholic school and St. Thomas particularly, you just don't know what to expect. I've been born and raised Catholic and part of the school system growing up, but not really on this end. And it's phenomenal. I mean, in today's day and age, with all the things that we keep going through, the support of the families and the ability to get staff to come in and work and be part of this, it blows my mind in lots of ways that the things you're doing as a leader to get that and to bring that to fruition is fantastic in this world.
Well, thanks. And I couldn't do it without you, Don.
Well, I appreciate that. It's a team effort, right?
Absolutely.
So, I love it. I mean, it is a fantastic place. I tell everybody about it, and everybody has a connection that I talk to about St. Thomas. It's amazing to me, just in my general outside of school people that I talk to. I know I go to St. Thomas, or my grandparents went there, or I went to school there. I mean, it is a well-established, well-run place. It's unbelievable.
7 degrees of connection to St. Thomas. I feel like everyone has some kind of connection to St. Thomas somehow.
I would agree with that. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you for taking some time to talk about our educational support services program. There's so much work that's being done in that program and with that staff. And, it is our ESS staff, but you were saying too, it's also all of our teachers are involved in it as well. All of our staff and faculty here are involved with the support of looking at every individual child and seeing what they need. So just taking some time to talk about that and remind people about the work that we're doing. I appreciate you taking the time to do that.
Thank you for having me. Absolutely. I love being here. It is great. And it is all about kids. And I think that for me to be part of this and, just sharing some of my expertise, but also learning and being part of this group has been a blessing for me, like I've said. So thank you for having me on.
All right. Thanks.